final title.
Living the American dream. We come back to the open finalists, Dan, and this is where the rubber's about to hit the road.
This is it, folks, the last comparison for the title of Mr. Olympia. Let's send it down to the table. Big Steve.
Thank you, Bob. Phil and Brandon, switch, please. Rolly and William, switch, please. Gentlemen, spread out and hit a front double bicep.
All right, the last time these guys will be compared, history will be made one way or the other. You cannot stop progress. Phil will either win or he will not. And either way, it will be a historic moment by the time Steve Weinberger is done with these final comparisons.
Side chest.
One side note, that is Brandon's soul brother #1, Curry, that is in that top 5 call-outs. A very unfamiliar place, but well-deserved. I've taken out several big names, including Cedric McMillan and Dexter Jackson and Big Ramy. We now see Brandon Curry making his first ever appearance in the top 5 of a Mr. Olympia
Spread
lineup.
out, guys. Everyone take a step.
Phil directing traffic up there, making sure
Back double
there's
bicep.
plenty of room. That's the veteran, especially when you got $400,000 on the line and an 8th Sandow trophy you're fighting for. You want to have plenty of space, Dan, on that stage. And right now, they all are serious.
Sean, I'm going to just ask you this one question. Has anything changed in the way you see this competition from last night to right now?
Man, this is coming down to the wire, because again, we counted the poses, and if we're going numerically on the poses, Shawn Rhoden slightly edges out. But again, Phil's signature poses are carrying him in this dogfight right here, but it's hard for me to stop looking at what Rhoden is presenting on that stage here tonight. I've only witnessed, Dan, personally, one upset on this Olympia platform, and that was back in 2008.
Abdominals and thighs.
Took out the reigning defending champion in the form of Jay Cutler. Now that case was 10 years ago. And if it happens again here tonight, the question will remain, if Phil gets beat, does he come back next year to try to make history? That's going to be the bigger question.
We know what happens. We saw Jay Cutler defeat Ronnie Coleman.
Your favorite, most muscular.
Dexter Jackson defeat Jay Cutler.
We saw Lee Haney beat Samir Badu in 1984.
And we saw Phil Heath defeat Jay Cutler. We've seen this story play out, so history suggests that it can happen. That's an impressive pose by the champion, Phil Heath. Right now, I'd like to see Shawn Rhoden fighting a little bit harder at this point, but
I think Shawn's done enough, bro. I mean, I'm looking at this in real time, and I got Shawn Rhoden right now with a very narrow, very tight upset in this contest.
Well, here it is. Apparently, if the fans in the audience have something to say about it, Ruly Winkler is their Olympia champion, but Phil Heath from Arvada, Colorado is here. He's trying to win the title for the 8th time, and as you mentioned, a tremendous showing for Brandon Curry, who continues to quietly and slowly move into the top group. Shawn Rhoden and
Phil's dragging Shawn to hit his favorite pose, and Shawn is playing into that. Shawn should turn around right now and hit an abdominal and thigh shot while Phil hits his favorite pose, which is his back shot.
Shawn, is anything happening right now that will influence the outcome of this competition?
Those judges right now are just double checking to make sure that they've done their due diligence, which I can appreciate. And these guys are entertaining us while the judges are doing what they've done. This thing is being judged right now. And I gotta tell you, if you're gonna give Shawn Rhoden the title of Mr. Olympia, you better make sure that you dot the I and cross the T's. But I can tell you, he would be worthy of that recognition should they decide to go that route.
They are chasing the champ. Phil Heath moves to the left side of the stage, as does the rest of the pack. William Bonac, again, another tremendous Olympia appearance. It won't be good enough to win, but it was good enough to remain among the very best on the planet.
Phil is very smart in showing his back during all of these poses. That's his #1 pose. It's how this shows won and lost. He won this contest last year on those back shots, and he could do enough to win it here again tonight. So this show is still up for grabs as we come to the wire.
In a few moments, we will see history. Either an 8th Sandow for Phil Heath or the crowning of the 14th winner of this contest. So the feeling in the arena is palpable. There's a lot of intensity, and people know that this thing is very much up for grabs.
I can tell you on the look on Phil's face, he's struggling, Dan, and he does not look as supremely confident as he did in prior victories.
Sean, I can't remember the last time at this very moment that we were as unclear as we are right now.
We're both witnessing history, like you said, one way or the other.
Place award representing DPI Sports is COO, Mr. Chris McKenzie. Please take the 5th place award, the 5th place check for $45,000, and present it to Brandon Curry.
All right, another strong Olympia for Brandon
Absolutely.
Curry, and he moves into the top 5, which means he is now qualified for the 2019 Mr. Olympia. He'll pick up a nice check, and also he will command the status and the respect that comes with being in this very exclusive club.
He's probably had the hardest run of them all with 4 kids running around, long times away from the family over there at Oxygen Gym. This is the best he's ever done in this show, and I'm sure we'll see more in the future.
Presenting the 4th place award representing MHP is CEO Gerard Gentay.
This will be interesting, Dan. Rolly and William did not stand next to each other and get compared.
Looking in the eyes of the
Please
champion,
take the
gotta
4th
wonder
place
what he's
award,
thinking
the
right
4th
now.
place check
But first,
for
let's hear who finishes
$55,000.
4th place.
And present it to William the Conqueror Bonac.
As predicted yesterday, Dan, I thought he came in a little heavy. He dropped 1 notch, which is not a slap in anybody's face, but he's a little too heavy on this stage. If he dries up a little bit more, drops a little bit of weight, and that's hard to say, I think he'll streamline this physique and be right back in the hunt again. But right now, he's remaining in the top 4, and he came off an Arnold Classic Championship. That's not an easy thing to do, and a year ago, he didn't have to deal with that.
And then there were the top 3 bodybuilders on the planet. Phil Heath, Willie Winkler, and Sean Roden await the announcement of 3rd place.
Rolly is in a very unfamiliar
Presenting the 3rd
position
place award representing Omaha
at this moment.
is Kevin Kay. Please take the 3rd place award, the Olympia bronze medal, the check for $100,000 to your 3rd place finisher, Rolly Winkler.
All right, Sean Ray, your people's champion is the number 3 bodybuilder in the world. A terrific Olympia showing for Rolly as he continues to fine-tune that massive physique, those freaky proportions, and he has turned it in to what is now one of the top physiques on the planet. Rolly Winkler is your 3rd place finisher.
With $100,000 to show for it, man, that was earned the hard way. Rolly Winkler, very deserving, very popular, and his status and his stock in this industry has just gone up twofold. And then, Dan, there were 2.
If I could please have Sean Roden and Phil Heath on the center line, please.
We've seen this play out before as Phil Heath held off a fast-charging Sean Roden several years back, and now we're going to see the rubber match.
And what's at stake? The runner-up will win $150,000. The winner will win $400,000. And in Olympia tradition, Bob Ciccarello will probably
Ladies and
announce
gentlemen,
the
next
winner.
name you hear
That's right.
will be your 2018 Mr. Olympia. Presenting the first place award, representing Midway last is Mr. Wilton Kali and Catherine Kali, and our IFBB Pro League President, Mr. Jim Mannion. I will now announce the winner of the 2018 Olympia. Please take the Sandow Trophy, the Olympia Gold Medal, the check for $400,000, and the title of 2018 Mr. Olympia. To our winner, and new Olympia champion.
There it is.
It has happened in Las Vegas. For just the 14th time, we have a new Mr. Olympia. The defending champion has been knocked out. Sean Roden is your 2018 Olympia champion. Phil Heath's run, at least for now, will end at 7 in one of the more improbable developments. Phil Heath stands at center stage congratulating the winner, Sean Roden. And I gotta tell you, Sean Ray, coming into this weekend,